get it within 2. These teams cannot stop each other, masked by the slow pace, both up around 120 offensive rating. Here's Lillard in the mid-range. They swing it to Harkless. He's going to drive right at Barton, and Barton with the rejection. Will Barton has had a couple of nice defensive plays to go with a couple of wide open threes. Now he's going to get fouled by McCollum in transition. Now, we'll see whether this is going to entice Mike Malone to stay with him. He certainly wants to do that. He had to take Barton out of the starting lineup. I didn't think that he wanted to do that. But right now they've got Millsap out, Craig at the 4. So they're going to not go back to Millsap. Craig has been important guarding on the perimeter. And so they do go back to Millsap, and Craig is out. They're staying with Barton. And for Portland, who's their last guy going to be? Harkless is back. Aminu is back as well. So starters except for Barton in the game. He sets up Jokic up top. Jokic looks to drive on Cantor. And that's not a good help from Harkless. And they're lucky that Murray missed that 3. Rebound for Denver. They've killed him on the offensive glass. Barton, that's just a horrendous shot. But they somehow recover it. Murray, and there's a shot clock issue here. They reset it when Cantor got that save. Hopefully he's all right here on the baseline. I'm by myself, so I might have to take some quick breaks to look at a few things on Twitter, or actually tweet out that we're doing this right now. So let me do that. Yeah, this is a struggle here without Ben to do it for me. All right, here we go. Jokic up top, drives on Cantor, and Cantor committed the reach-in foul. Trying to get the Twitch link tweeted out. Jokic hands off to Murray. Murray engages Cantor, floats it up over him, and finally the Blazers get a defensive rebound. Good box out. McCollum guarded by Harris. That's going to leave Barton on Lillard if they stick with these matchups. I think they should try and get it to Lillard against Barton. Instead, CJ is just going to try and go one-on-one here into the lane. Stopped by Harris. Harris has been great defensively in this series. Murray goes at Lillard and scores over him. Nice finish by Jamal Murray. Lillard is saying he's shoved off. So is Terry Stotts. But we're going to get a timeout here. And they can complain to the refs all they want. All right, give me a second to finish that tweet up. Get the old Periscope on there too. We have to tweet out 3 links. It makes it a little harder. And once I do that, we can do some questions here. Alright, hopefully that worked. This is what was so hard about doing this before, was having to tweet it out constantly and actually, do the broadcast. So let's see if we got anything interesting to talk about here. The pace of this game has been right out of 2004. How's this game been? Just tuned in. Yeah, it's been really interesting. I think the offensive glass has been huge for both teams. It seems like Denver has had a more sustainable edge there going back to last game. Lillard, they've been double teaming him quite a bit. That's been opening stuff up for other Portland players. Jokic had 17 in the third to really keep Denver in it, and now Denver has tied it. They've outscored the Blazers 17-12. Blazers led by 10 late in the third, and then Denver was able to get back into contact. Jokic is 30 points, 12 of 18, 8 assists, 5 turnovers, and has played 40 minutes. So he's going to play the whole way here. He's going to play 45 minutes in this game, which, yeah, he's been awesome, and he hasn't looked like he's slowing down, but that is pretty aggressive for a game 3. And they've played Plumlee 12 minutes, but all but 3 of those have actually been with Jokic together, and Plumlee is -10 here. And I really want to watch whether they're going to go with Craig or with Will Barton. I mean, Will Barton had one nice defensive stop, and he's made 2 3-pointers. According to Mike Malone, that is enough for you to stay in for the rest of the game, or at least for a while. We'll see whether if he starts playing worse, they go back to Craig. But to me, I think you need Harris and Craig out there to guard Lillard and McCollum. How do I like Gerson Rosas going to the Wolves? I don't know him very well personally. Certainly someone out of the Rockets organization. I mean, the last guy we saw get hired out of the Rockets organization, Sam Hinkie, certainly had a unique approach. That's definitely what Minnesota is going to require with them very impacted. They've got a star in Karl Anthony Towns, but really very little else on the roster at this point. Yeah, they're showing Jokic's dominant second half here, especially with the 3-pointer. So Harris, I think he's done a really nice job on Lillard. Harkless, Aminu, the starting 5 out there for Portland. Triple weave action. Here's McCollum. He's got Jokic in space. Great job by Will Barton competing to get back into the play. But then Mo Harkless, along the baseline, he was able to sneak in behind Millsap. Millsap felt like he had to box out Cantor because Jokic went after the shooter, and that left Harkless on the offensive glass. 2-point Portland lead. They switched to get Lillard onto Murray first. Now they try some of that backdoor stuff. Doesn't really go anywhere. 5-1 pick and roll. Jokic picks up his dribble. Murray can't find Jokic. Now he gets it to him. Mid-ranger from Jokic is off. Great job by Cantor getting back for the rebound. And you see he's a little more comfortable getting that left arm above his shoulder. Now it's Lillard being guarded by Murray. I think they should just get out of his way. Lillard tries to jump into Millsap. Can't do it. Here's McCollum right down the lane. No rim protection, but he blows the layup. Murray, nice pass to the opposite corner. Harris goes up on Aminu. He had the pass to Millsap, didn't take it. Great verticality from Aminu. Harris got hit in the face. He's behind the play. Great job by Murray cutting off Lillard, and we're going to have a jump ball. Wow, I thought that Lillard would have the advantage against Murray, and Murray did an expert job cutting him off. Yeah, Harris has the easy little dump off here to Millsap, and instead went right into the larger Aminu, who had no chance on that play. How does Lillard only have 10 shots? Other guys have gotten going, but a lot of it is Denver's pick and roll defense putting 2 on the ball. I mean, they're having a very good offensive game overall, so you can't really criticize too much here. Murray, off the pick and roll. Cantor gets out on Jokic, who's got that 4 or 5 3-point shooting. Barton, now to Harris, finds Murray. Murray on the drive, floats it way up. Jokic rebounds. He's packed from behind by Harkless, but Barton recovers. Will Barton making the effort plays. It's not so damaging to have him out there when with Craig off the floor if he's going to make these type of plays. Lillard tries to get the 3. Murray competes over the screen. Instead, he gets it right back, and Lillard rushed that one a little bit. Malone gets a quick timeout here. Not sure I care for this one. This is his use it or lose it timeout, and once you go under 3, but I thought they had a transition situation to explore there. Maybe you take that timeout at 3:02 instead of 3:11, in theory. Why is Malone showing faith, yet he cut Juancho immediately as soon as he got cold? Well, Juancho also was struggling with some health issues. It seemed like there were reports of this groin injury. He stopped shooting it poorly. But Malone, with the showing faith, it's about the guys who have been there, that the organization has committed to, and that's not really Juancho. Juancho, I don't think he's a coach's pet. We'll put it that way, in terms of his work habits, that kind of thing. Malone wants to maximize rest for Jokic. Yeah, maybe that's it, but is that worth potentially scoring first here on that transition situation? I'm not sure. So we're back now after the timeout. We'll see if Jokic has much gas left here. Tie game. Murray to Harris. They're going to run that wedge screen to Jokic, who is not moving particularly well right now. Murray off the screen again. Cantor calls out the late switch. Murray has Cantor. Wants to pull up on him. Steps back. Looks like a two-pointer, and it's good. Cantor called out that switch, thinking that he was going to be able to guard Murray. He didn't want to give up that pick and pop to Jokic, and Murray burns him for the two-point lead. Flare action for McCollum. Now Cantor sets up to set the screen. Tough fading jumper from Lillard is off. Harkless. No, it's Murray recovering. He saves it, but right to Harkless. Swing it to Aminu. He'll jack up the three from the left side. Not there. And Jokic with the good box out on Cantor. Yeah, Lillard looking to rush it a little bit here, I think. And if they are going to do that, I think you're better off trying to get the matchup against Murray and then let him go one-on-one instead. Here's the pick and roll. They force Murray towards the baseline. Late switch again. Same matchup we just saw. Murray wants to cross over. Shoots it again over Enes Kanter. And that one's a three. The late switch by Portland, taken advantage of twice in a row by Murray on Cantor. Now Lillard's going to look to respond. Splits it, swings it to Harkless. Harkless with the open three. Great pass fake, and he's brought Portland within two. We're under 2 minutes now. Coaches are going to save their timeouts. We've been going straight for about a minute and a half. Guys are going to be pretty tired. Look at Jamal Murray, but he knows they can't take the timeout right now. Screen for Jokic, then he goes to get the pick and roll. Murray goes baseline, throws it out. Barton can't handle the pass. Now it's Harris. Back to Barton. McCollum pressuring him. Barton goes to the tough pull-up. Not even close. And no shot clock violation. So Portland can push it back up. Everyone is dying right now. They are so tired. Here's Lillard on the blow-by on Harris. Gets to the baseline. Harkless. Pass fake. Into the lane. Goes at Jokic. Euro step. And he's tied it. And Jokic picked up the foul as well. Harkless can give him the lead. Remember, Harkless had 2 key free throws in that miracle comeback against OKC in Game 5, but not a good free throw shooter. Only 61% is my recollection. And, I mean, Jokic, they've left him in the game. He has not done much here late, but then Harkless misses the free throw. Denver controls. Everyone got a little bit of a rest with those free throws. Malone saying, hey, bring it up here. Not really quite in 2-for-1 territory yet, but Portland will be when they get it back. Jokic has room against Cantor. Lillard with the double. Barton. Stripped by Lillard. He went out of bounds. Great play by Dame Lillard. First he helped on Jokic, made him pick up his dribble. Then he got back to Barton, stripped him, and Barton, when he recovered it, stepped out of bounds. And now Portland has a chance to get the 2-for-1. And Stotts, I think, took the timeout here. Oh, no, they did not take the timeout. They're just making a sub. All defensive subs in right now for Mike Malone. So clearly he's going to take the timeout regardless here. Yeah, it was the left toe. I think that was Seth Curry pointing it out helpfully for the officials. Denver looking to pressure up here. Portland's going to want to take this with probably about 32 on the clock. Harkless screening for Lillard. He's got Murray into the lane. Goes to the floater and scores! Man, that is such a hard shot. look where he picks up his dribble. He picks up his dribble at the 3-point line and finishes a floater. I mean, that was a good dig, good defense by the Nuggets. It's just such a good shot from Lillard. I mean, he just goes right through Craig. McCollum isn't even in shooting position at all. Craig was able to help. But that's just an incredible shot. I mean, to pick the ball up, then shoot a floater on the move, contested from behind, and make it. And that is, the floater has not been a huge part of Dame's game so far in his career. Let's see. Questions here. Let's see how much time is left. Yeah, 31.6. The Nuggets can still get the 2-for-1. Oof. Especially down 2. Maybe you advance the ball, you draw up a play to see if you can get something going to the rim right away. But 7 seconds is tough. They will have a remaining timeout where they could advance it, but you're really up against it now. And do you want to compromise both of your potential looks when you're already down here? That's a tough call. I think your option is there to try to get something quick, but you're not going to really go crazy with it. And there it is, the backdoor for Barton. He beats Lillard. Lillard wondering where the help was at. What a pass from Jokic. The fake screen by Barton out of the corner, and they did, in fact, get the 2-for-1. Tie game here. Lillard is going to run it down. They're going to try and involve Murray here in the screen. Lillard almost dribbled on the half-court line. Almost did again. Now he gets past Harris, goes into the lane. He sets up Aminu for a 3. Not there. Rebound Murray. Oh, he should have called the timeout. What are they doing? Oh, and now they call it, but they can't advance the ball. Oh, man. What a failure. Gotta know how much time is left on that. Murray gets it, immediately dribbles. They don't call the timeout right away. And that's part of the... they got the score absolutely as fast as possible, but that's the type of thing that can go wrong. Great look for Portland. The 3 from Aminu was wide open. Dame Lillard made the right pass and just could not get it to fall. So we'll see. I mean, Denver, unless I'm wrong, is going to have to inbound in the backcourt. Once they've dribbled it, you now are not allowed to advance the ball any longer. So they'll probably have Jokic inbounded. It's going to be on the side, I believe. And with only 1 timeout left, you could maybe take another one if you had 2 to advance the ball, but they did not do that. So I thought that was great defense by the Nuggets to avoid the switch of Murray. I thought Lillard and McCollum did not do a very good job of screening for one another, but Lillard did get the penetration and set up a great shot. Yeah, we're going to see it here. Yeah, he dribbles, and then Malone. See, that's Mike Malone. He needs to call. He's the one who has a chance to look at the timer as that ball is in the air, and he did not signal for timeout until they had already started dribbling up court. So now they're stuck in the background. That is a failure by Malone. Players got to realize it too, but he's the one who really has the freedom to look at the clock instead of worrying about the rebound. So Millsap's going to look to get it into the front court, you would imagine. He lobs it up. Jokic intercepted by Harkless, and we're going to go into overtime here as that is well short. Hey, I don't feel bad about this at all. I will be right back, though, so please don't leave an empty couch. Wow, what a last few minutes that was, especially that stretch from 3 minutes to about 30 seconds left when there were just no stoppages at all. Catch you up on the foul situation. Craig and Harris both have 4 for the Nuggets. Nobody important for the Blazers has more than 2. So now, and Jokic is already on 45 minutes. He's going to be looking at 50 minutes here. If they don't win this game, whether he can bounce back for Sunday night, and they are playing every other day in this series. Blazers, on the other hand, Lillard 38 minutes, McCollum 40, Cantor at 37, and then Aminu and Harkless only 27. So they definitely have somewhat of an advantage here. Murray and Harris are both on 36 minutes, and Millsap and Craig, although it's actually going to be Barton who is going to stay in the game here. Millsap looks to get Harris coming off the screen. Now they double screen for Murray. Good job by Harkless stepping out. Tough floater from Murray goes. That was a great contest from the Blazers. And it looks like Harkless might have tweaked that right ankle again here. Yeah, that's not good at all. He's moving okay. Here's Lillard, attacks Jokic, and Jokic picks up the foul here. 4th personal on Jokic, and I think really defensively is where it's going to show up here. Clear foul on Jokic. Nothing beyond a common foul, to be sure. But they are going to review it. Oh my God. That's not even close. Yeah, I mean, if he really wraps him up on that play, that's one thing. But he just kind of got him, and then he lets him go after a second here. So no, this is a common foul. Not a good foul, but a common foul. So no free throws yet, as we see the 97th replay in a row of this. Lillard, one thing to see about Lillard there is how low to the ground he gets on these drives to get his shoulders past the defender and really explode. But this is going to be something to watch here. Jokic out on the floor in pick and roll defense against Lillard, who is relatively fresh right now, has not had to do a ton of playmaking. Oh, they're still looking at this, huh? And we can go through the criteria. Severity of the contact, not particular. Legitimate basketball play, that's kind of iffy. You know, he was beaten, not really making a play on the ball. Wound up or followed through, no, he didn't do that. Potential for injury, he got him in the head a little bit there, the neck. Severity of the actual injury, that's not particularly severe. And whether the contact led to an altercation, it didn't. So, to me, when you look at those criteria, most of them are in favor of a common foul here. Ugh. Way to take away... overtime already should be like 3 or 2 minutes to begin with. And way to just take away all the momentum that had built up in this game. And that was like 10 minutes. All right, finally the ball is inbounded. Cantor hands off to Harkless. Now Aminu sets the screen. Lillard with the deep three, not close. And Murray with a nice rebound. He's had a heroic performance on that bruised quad tonight. Looks like he's gutting through that even still. They screen away. Similar action again here. Millsap gets it to Jokic at the elbow. Screen away for Murray. Now he comes off the double screen, engages Cantor. Nice defense to trap the box there, and he throws it away. Great defense again by Portland. Here's McCollum, goes to the pull-up on Barton and scores. And C.J. McCollum has been really aware of attacking any time in semi-transition because he's got the one-on-one matchup. He knows he can get to his jump shot in those situations. Jokic, again, is just totally out of gas. They swing it to him. Now it's a wide-open corner three from Harris. Oh, man, they needed to make that one. And the pick and pop there to the open side of the floor, McCollum comes up there, and that left Harris so open. They should go back to that if that's how they're going to defend it. Here's McCollum, shut down by Murray nicely. That was good defense by Jokic behind him. Now McCollum gets open and hits. Huge three-pointer as he ran off the DHO from Mo Harkless. Miscommunication between Barton and Murray. They probably should have switched that, especially in the late clock as Murray got hung up on Harkless's back. And that left McCollum wide open for the three. When you're in the late clock there, probably want to switch that play with like-sized guys. All right, let's do a couple of questions here. Let's see. Looks like mostly comments here on the review. But yeah, plenty of time for Jokic. I mean, I can't remember the last field goal attempt Jokic actually had in this game. They've done a good job of taking it out of his hands and doubling, but maybe some of that is the fatigue as well. How did Cantor improve his defense? No, he definitely deserved the terrible reputation that he had, but I think Portland just does a good job of helping him stay back. Now he's stressed out a lot more here in this series with the Jokic's shooting ability, but OKC just didn't have the ability to spread him out. And now there's going to be a foul on McCollum chucking Jokic as they tried to come across on that cross screen from Harris. And probably a good foul there. It looked like Jokic was going to get pretty good position. That's their first foul of the overtime. Into Murray, guarded by Harkless. Pick and roll. Murray, they try to run a little Spain action. Murray gets into the lane, and he's stopped from behind by Harkless. Did not get the foul call. Now it's 4-on-4. McCollum pulls up over Jokic. Not there. A nice box out by Millsap on Aminu under the rim. Wow, what a block that was on Murray, and no foul was called. Here's the drive by Harris into the lane. Tries the tough finish. A ton of rim protection there. Can't get it. Still the old shot clock. They swing it to Jokic. He's going to put it on the floor past Cantor. Help comes. Murray loads up a wide open three, and he's tied it at 107. And you see how much help the Blazers provided. Everyone is just totally exhausted, and Mo Harkless taps his chest. He knows that he should have been able to close out on Murray there and just did not appear to have the energy. Back to Cantor, who has made a three-pointer in this game. Now McCollum goes and gets it. Beautiful pass fake by McCollum to get Aminu open for the three, but he's not even close. Fatigue, a massive factor right now. You can see for both teams, Harkless is exhausted. Murray is exhausted. He's just jogging off of this 5-1 pick and roll. Now Harris, there's not a lot of speed to those DHOs. Barton was open back door. They missed him. 4 on the clock. Here's a fadeaway 3 from Murray. Not there. Rebound Millsap, though. And they'll reset. Everyone just wants a break, but you don't have time to do that right now. Jokic is just going to have to go. Murray's trying to get his shoe back on, and then Jokic throws it away, and this is a loose ball foul on Harris. Or did they just stop it with the shoe issue? No, I think this is really just the level of fatigue right now. Denver only has 1 timeout left. Portland has 2. And they're going to go with Rodney Hood here for offense. Denver going to the defensive subs with Craig for Barton. Cantor is out. He's limping as well now in addition to the shoulder issue. Unclear what the issue is for him. So more size now on McCollum. Lillard has gotten few touches here in the overtime. They're going to try and go after Murray again here with Hood setting the screen. They don't get the switch. Now they come back to it again. McCollum beats Murray. Gets to the open 3. Not there. Nice box out by Millsap. And Denver can take the lead here. That was as good a look as you can hope for. Off the hedge by Murray. Jokic into the post to Millsap. He's got the advantage on Hood. Rolls in and scores. Great recognition there from Denver to see that they had Hood not physical enough on Millsap. Millsap pretty fresh compared to the rest of these dudes. He has been pretty much chilling in this overtime. And that was fantastic. Paul Millsap with Jokic and Murray just so fatigued they can't even move. And Aminu got there too slowly. I'm going to go back and look and see how it was that their matchups got messed up there on Millsap. It really should have been Aminu guarding Millsap. And I guess Aminu had Jokic. So it was just the transition situation led to the bad matchups. And the offense-defense substitution ends up working out in Denver's favor on the opposite end of the floor. Opinions on the Monty hiring, was that already discussed on the pod? We'll have that on Saturday. Good guy, not much evidence that he's a great coach would probably be the summary. Would you leave Jokic out on the floor defensively if the Blazers go small? Well, they only have 1 timeout left, and you probably want to save that till the end. So I think you got to stick with Jokic here. And Plumlee, to me, Jokic is actually better defensively than Plumlee in these playoffs. Like, Plumlee just gets too far out on the floor. He's too aggressive. Gets blown by a lot of times. Jokic is a better rebounder. So Cantor is back now for the Blazers. He gets it in. Lillard looking to attack Harris. Goes to the step back to tie it. Not close. Harris has played excellent defense on Lillard. They do get the 2-for-1. Denver is not going to look to push it here. So Portland will have a chance if they can rebound here and, of course, get the stop. Barton saying, hey, get into this. Jokic is so exhausted he can't even do it. They swing it to Harris. Now Barton. Pick and roll. Barton into the lane. Finds Craig. Craig gets it stolen by Lillard. Lillard pushing it down floor. Goes in on Millsap. Airballs the finger roll. Back to McCollum. He goes into the lane. Floats it up and scores. And that is just inexcusable effort from Jokic and Barton. I know how tired they are, but those guys got to just get back. They're playing 3-on-3 there for like 10 seconds. There's no way you get an offensive rebound, pull it back out like that, and your guys just never get back in the play. I mean, it's just not good enough. And now Denver will have a chance to win it here. Certainly you'd think Portland has the advantage if it goes into double OT. Craig tried to get the rebound and it just squirted away from him as I'm watching the replay now. And CJ with a huge floater. So now with 8.7 remaining, where does Denver go? They don't really have that guy who's going to rise up over the defense. Maybe it's just Murray trying to create an ISO up top. He's pretty gassed, though, right now. Jokic in the post, probably not enough time for that. I imagine they're going to try, at least initially, to get that same type of backdoor action that they got for Barton early on. At least Jokic isn't so tired that he can't pass it. But I really think Denver has got to win it here, or Portland is a big favorite going into double OT with how exhausted Denver looks right now. So it looks like they're going to set a screen for Murray to come to the ball. He's going to be guarded by Harkless. He fakes the back screen. They get it into him. So he's just going to run it down. Now pick and roll Jokic. They switch it. Good job by Stotts putting Aminu on Murray. And then a foul is called here, I guess, on the post-up by Jokic. So they're able to reset. Barton now is going to inbound. They got a different play set up here. They've got Harkless and Aminu on Jokic and Murray so they can switch this. Jokic. Oh, he had Murray wide open on the handoff and just missed him. Goes for the step back. Oh, man. How rare is it? And Jokic is saying, hey, my bad. Murray was wide open off that wide pin down in the corner. And Jokic just tried to put his guy in the mix and go to the step back. I mean, I think that's just fatigue, frankly. Like, he just made his decision on what he was going to do. Murray is wide open here. Look at this. He comes off the screen. Jokic it just had already started his move. And, I mean, he did need to get the shot off. But that's pretty rough that they couldn't get Murray that wide open shot. So, double overtime. Glad we fired this one up. This has been fun. But you have to imagine now that Portland has a big advantage. Cantor is pretty gassed, but the rest of their guys are relatively fresh compared to Murray and Jokic, who just look completely done right now. 50 minutes already for Nikola Jokic, and the one field goal attempt that he's taken in maybe the last 8 minutes or so has been that last second three. He's been stuck on 30 points for quite some time here. 4 of 6 from 3, has 12 assists, 6 turnovers. Lillard, 6 of 16, 19 points. McCollum has been the main engine with 11 of 25, 30 points for him. And very interested to see who wants to go to their bench here. And Jokic is so tired. Maybe you even consider starting this with Plumlee just to, like, I mean, I think Jokic is long since redlined, and I don't know if he can recover within, a 3 or 4 minute period here. He's had plenty of those. But maybe just mentally to let him think that he's gotten a rest and just have him come right in at the first sub. But as exhausted as these guys are, you would have to think that maybe some fresh bodies or the ability to make effort plays, the offensive glass is going to loom very large in this second overtime. Catch you up on the stats. Only 97 possessions still, despite an extra 5 minutes of play. Denver, 35% offensive rebound rate, but 29% for Portland. And neither team turning it over much at all. Harkless and Millsap will tip it off here. No substitutions for either team. Millsap, they get the back screen for Murray on the weak side. Jokic's first post up in a while. Cantor bothering him. Jokic goes to the step back on him. Not there. And you see as Millsap with another offensive board, and Barton can't get the three. And Cantor is just, he's exhausted too, man. He is not reacting to the rebounds the way he normally does. But Jokic didn't even really try Cantor there. Lillard escapes, goes to a really tough fadeaway on Harris. That was good defense from Harris, but Lillard with a good job of turning away, knowing that the help was in the middle, but that's an impossible shot. Jokic back to goal on Cantor again. Back out to Murray. Wants it at the elbow. Worst position now. He drives in on Cantor. Help comes. Can't finish it. Barton tips. Barton tips again. The energy of Will Barton was not there getting back on the McCollum floater to tie the game, but the offensive rebound action ties it here. Cantor up top. Can't even stand up straight right now. They're trying to get the ball to Lillard. He's being held by Harris. Now attacks. Goes into Jokic. Good D by Jokic. McCollum into the lane. Floats. That's off. Millsap tried to draw the charge. McCollum recovers. And Paul Millsap trying to draw that charge on CJ. Well, now you're on the ground and you can't get the defensive rebound. 2-point Portland lead. They want to get Barton. Now it's Murray guarded by Lillard. Gets the late switch. Murray on the drive into the lane. Wow, they just did not have the explosion at the rim to finish over Harkless. Both Murray and Jokic have missed layups. McCollum going to get the screen here. Attacks. Murray blows right by him. Aminu swings it. Lillard, deep three, left wing. Oh, yes! Dame Lillard has given Portland a 5-point lead, and Denver takes one of their 2 remaining timeouts. Great job by McCollum attacking Murray, who was not able to contain the dribble. Quick move from Aminu from the corner to get it to Dame Lillard, and the fact that he was spotted up just so deep. That's Barton again, kind of just skipping along there after McCollum goes baseline. He did not get the rotation quickly enough to Lillard. Yeah, and Barton has had some energy plays, but has not brought the energy defensively, which is really what you're hoping for. Worth noting, though, other than a couple of breaks, I mean, he's probably been in there for over 20 minutes of actual game time consecutive himself right now. Interesting to see here now, is Stotts going to go with a defensive group? Are they going to maybe try the Aminu on Jokic, Harkless on Murray, so they can switch that action? They did that at the end of the overtime. The first overtime, we should say. Millsap in the post might be a way to go here as well. Barton, Murray, Jokic posting up on Cantor. Help likely to come from the top here from Lillard. Lillard fakes to Barton. Back to Jokic. Jokic wants to spin into the middle. Barton, three-pointer contested. Yes! Will Barton, a huge shot there as Dame Lillard helped out. Jokic did a better job on the repost of forcing Lillard to come and double team, and then he was able to kick it out, and Barton with his third three-pointer off that exact same action. Barton now hounding McCollum. Into the post, it's Harkless. Trying to attack Murray. Murray falls down. No call is made. Here comes Barton looking to push it, but they're 2-on-4. Jokic into the lane. Swings it way over to Harris. Now it's Murray, and they'll reset here with 14 on the clock. Jokic looking for Murray on the back door. They switch that. Millsap at inside position. Beautiful basketball from the Nuggets, and they've tied it at 116. The back screen. Millsap had inside position off the switch. Jokic leads him perfectly into the floater. McCollum snaking it. Barton competes and gets the block. Tried to save it, but it'll remain Portland ball, 10 on the clock. This game just will not die. It looked like Portland was in control. Barton has been feast or famine here, but it's feast right now with that huge three and then the block on McCollum. Baseline out of bounds. They get it into Aminu, trying to post up Cantor briefly. Now he hands off to McCollum. McCollum trying to create space on Barton, goes to the tough fade. Oh my God, what a shot that is. It's just so good. In and out and back in again. That's absolutely as good as you can play that. To have that kind of skill level in your game. Now it's Murray off the screen. No advantage gain. Harkless gets a tip. Murray screens for Jokic. Jokic into the lane. Murray closed down by Lillard. And this is going to be a foul on Lillard, I think, up top. Look at this shot from CJ. This is just ridiculous. I thought he had no chance of making this. Off balance. Great footwork. The larger defender creates space. So now 14 for Denver to work with. Harris out of the corner. McCollum stays with him. Harris tries to just drive in. Spin move. Layup is good. No help available for the Blazers. And that's one where you just have to have more help. You can't let a guy just knock the guy backwards, spin, pump fake like that. You got to have more help available. Tie game at 118. High pick and roll. McCollum attacks Jokic, goes into the lane. Jokic with a nice contest. Millsap looked to be fouled, did not get the call. They rebound it, 14 on the clock. McCollum has Murray, he waves everyone away. Murray falls down. McCollum's three is off. Rebound Cantor, he airballs the layup. Wow. The fatigue level right now is ridiculous. Malone calls out the play. He was waving everyone away into the corner. Murray comes and gets it. Again, just the fatigue level is ridiculous. Murray goes to the step back. Didn't have the legs to shoot it. Instead, it's a deep three from Jokic. That's off. Rebound Murray. And this is going to be a jump ball before they can get a timeout. Denver wanted the timeout. But they are in decent position here. Who's it going to be on the jump ball? Looks like it's going to be Murray and Lillard. Very interesting jump ball here. Murray's going to look to tap it in between Jokic and Barton. And Portland is not really matched up right now. Nobody has Harris, but they win the tip. Timeout, Portland. With 4.1 left, they can advance it here. Amazing to me how little Lillard has touched the ball. It's been McCollum all the way. Jokic, I think he's still upset that they didn't get the timeout off that jump ball. And this is just, I can't recall a game where I've seen guys be this tired. Yeah, Lillard beat him to that jump ball. It was totally clean. And Lillard, presence of mind, he's got the timeout immediately. You know, that's something that Stott said. If we get this, we're going to call timeout right away. Here's where I probably would, in fact, take Jokic off the floor defensively. I think you want to be in a situation. I would probably take Murray out too, potentially. Craig is definitely going to be in. But, you know, do you want to go with a cold Malik Beasley? They don't really have defensive replacements on the wing. Craig is the only guy, so maybe they just stick with Craig for Barton. To me, I would take out Murray and put Craig in rather than Barton. I think Barton has a little bit more. Yeah, Murray is remaining on the bench here. For Portland, we'll probably see Hood in the game now, you would think. Cantor is still in, as is Jokic. So they're going to be in switch everything mode? Apparently not. With Jokic, I think they're going to try and put two on the ball here, and the question will be whether there's enough time to move or not. Move the ball or not, I should say. Harkless will inbound, guarded by Millsap. They get it into Lillard. He's going to go one-on-one. Double comes. Lillard steps back. Short. Third overtime. What a classic this is turning into. I'm going to need to take another quick break here, and I will be back. All right, third overtime. You guys ready? I'm feeling pretty good here. I could even do a fourth overtime if it gets to that. So how many minutes is Jokic going to play in this one? Yeah. Looks like it's going to be 60. And I mean, that's just an insane number. Gary Harris, by the way, has been awesome on Lillard. So I think they really need to get to more pick and roll with Lillard. Set a good screen, get two on the ball, try to go after Murray maybe with Lillard. I think Murray is actually better guarding McCollum than he is Lillard because Lillard can just blow by him. Whereas McCollum is more looking to shoot over the top of guys. CJ is now at 34 points on 13 of 31. 3 of 10 from downtown. Lillard has 24 on 8 for 19. Harkless and Millsap will jump it up again. And Harkless wins it. McCollum is guarded by Barton. High pick and roll coming here. He gets the matchup on Jokic, breaks his ankles, pulls up easily. The big solid screen is going to be what's most important. Is can Cantor lay the wood on these guys and get them one-on-one in space against Jokic? Millsap, and there's going to be a hold on Aminu as Harris set the screen for him going down to the box. And I like the idea of going to Millsap here with Jokic so fatigued. He can still stand up there and pass. He'll be able to do that till he's 80. Harris off the screen, gets an open three and hits. All of a sudden, just to go to... It's such a revelation to go to somebody else in these situations. Just an easy screen off an out-of-bounds play to get a wide open three for someone who hasn't been featured lately. Here's McCollum. Into the lane, floats way short, rebound Cantor, rejected by Millsap. Cantor recovers. Lillard has Murray now, and he wants his teammates to back away. Goes to his left, creates space. Barton with the block. When's the last time someone got called for a foul here? And this is probably just going to be a shot clock violation, and Denver ball. We'll see it here. Clean as a whistle. Wow, that was fantastic. Barton's had a couple of those plays now. And Thrill is dragging quite a bit as well, it looks like. 1 point Denver lead after that Harris 3. Jokic. They run this screening action for Millsap. Murray just can't even run to come off those DHOs, and then Jokic throws it away. If I'm Malone, there's no point in calling that DHO stuff anymore for Murray because he just can't run fast enough to go get the ball. Harkless doesn't get a good screen. They're going to rescreen here. McCollum just steps back on Barton for a three. Did not get a great look, but as this is turned into a war of attrition, to have CJ able to get his shot off against nearly anyone is a huge advantage. 1 point Portland lead here. Jokic with the deep post up on Lillard. He's tied up. No foul call again. Jokic just goes and double teams for no apparent reason. He'll do that when he feels like he should have gotten fouled. And now there's another three from McCollum. And Portland with a 4-point lead. That's the same play we talked about. You set that screen, get him going downhill against the big. And Jokic really never got back into defensive position after double teaming Lillard. We saw, actually, remember that stupid foul that he had in the second quarter of game 2? That was after he thought he had gotten fouled as well. It's very Westbrookian here. I once tweeted that Westbrook was the only guy who does that, and yeah, he's the only one who does it intentionally, but Jokic will do it quite a bit just after he doesn't feel like he got a foul call. This is now 35 field goal attempts for McCollum. Murray has taken 30 shots. 32 points on 30 shots, 0 free throw attempts. Denver overall has taken 12 free throw attempts in this game. And there certainly have been a few plays down the stretch where it looked like guys were reaching in. There could have been a foul call. We never really saw much of a replay of these. So what are they looking at now? Is it a 2 or a 3? Oh no, the previous one, whether it's a 2 or a 3. That's a 2. So they had it right there. Remember when we thought Jokic needed to get in better shape? Well, there's like cardio endurance shape, and there's also your body composition where you're leaner and you can actually move better and have more explosion. I think the latter certainly he could stand to improve at. Four-point game. Denver had a nice 5-point comeback in the first overtime. Or maybe that was the second overtime. I think it was the second overtime. Jokic looks to attack Kanter. Gets it back. 9 on the clock. He wants to spin baseline. Now goes to the hook and scores on Enes Kanter. And Portland changed up the coverage just a little bit there. They did not bring that guy from the top. And Jokic did a great job. They didn't want to give up the three-pointer with the 4-point lead. Probably made sense. Kanter going to screen again. McCollum attacking Murray. Gets space. Can't get that one. Good defense from Murray. Denver walks into it once again. Murray, Barton, attacks Lillard. Bad reach from Lillard. And finally, a foul is given on a Denver drive. We'll see if this is a shooting affair. Barton is saying he was shooting. It looks like the referees did not agree. Nope, it is going to be 2 shots. I think the ref was like, oh, Will, calm down. You're shooting. Yeah, clear foul there on Harkless. And Lillard had a dumb gamble there on Barton. So Denver in position to tie it here after yet another 2-possession deficit in an overtime period. And he's done so. Double high screen for McCollum. Attacks Jokic. Goes to the floater. Way short. Rebound Denver. They can take the lead. Murray looking to push it. Not looking that hard, though. Nobody running with him at this point in the game. Good denial by Kanter on Jokic. Now gets it to him way out on the floor. They haven't done anything yet here with this possession. Harris on the handoff. Gets it back to Jokic. Swings it weak side. Murray closed down well by Harkless on the drive. And they're going to give him the foul here. He had nowhere to go. And it looked like they're going to give him a trip. See if we can catch it here. There's I think that Harkless shoved him from behind. And so Murray can now give Denver the lead here. Just an absolute war of attrition in this game. And Denver finally getting a couple of calls has been huge. Murray's second free throw here for a 2-point Denver lead. And Portland's got to get something going here other than just the CJ show. Lillard finally gets it. I mean, Harris has really caused him problems, but they got to set a good screen on him. Instead, they're just going to go away here. Millsap with the pre-switch. Now Aminu goes away as well, and Lillard's just going to have to create one-on-one. Finally, they are going to involve Jokic. Big screen. Lillard's 3 is way off, though. Rebound Aminu. We got a nice little shove in the back of Millsap, and now he's fouled. all of a sudden the referees get their whistles out of their throats. But it should be a non-shooting foul. Gary Harris is fouled out. This is maybe the rule change that would make the most sense that they just don't do for some reason, is in overtime to give additional fouls, especially in double and triple overtime. So Harris is out, Craig is in. That's going to reduce the offensive firepower, but McCollum creates space on Barton. Now they double team him at the point of attack. His pass is deflected. Denver is going to run clock here now. A bucket here can really put Portland in difficulty. Harkless pressuring on Murray. 10 on the clock now. Gets the switch on Aminu. They want to go into the post to Millsap. 6 on the clock. Millsap trying to create space. Tough fader. Goes! Timeout, Terry Stotts. Paul Millsap has had some of the biggest buckets of this game. That was a really difficult twisting step back on his right foot. So with it a 4-point game now, 31 seconds left. Clearly, the 2-for-1 is something that they're going to need to look for, but tough with a 7.8 second differential. In theory, they can go for the 2-pointer here and get another 2 to tie it. You would hope that this play would have an option for a quick hitter for a 2, and then you probably want to get a 3. It's really difficult as a player in this situation of what is a good enough shot here that you're willing to take it, even if it's not a great shot, just to get the 2-for-1. I think you're probably willing to take a pretty bad shot, because if you're forced to foul, then you're in trouble. If you get under the point where you can get another possession, then you probably really need to go for a 3. Seth Curry is in. I might want to go even with Hood as well. We'll try and see what's going to be available here. They get it into Lillard. High screen roll comes. Lillard just going to drive right down Main Street and lay it in. So 3.3 second differential. If I'm Denver here, I would actually take a timeout just to discuss exactly how you're going to waste as much time as possible here. Because if you can shoot it... Oh, and what's this? McCollum pressured up. He wants it reviewed. He knocked it away from Murray, who is just killing time along the sideline. Stotts calls his team over. And this obviously could be key here. We'll see what it looks like. But with that 3.8 second differential... Oh, man. You know what? They're going to give this ball to Portland, and it sucks. They really need to look at this rule, too. Because any basketball court in the world, except the last 2 minutes of an NBA game, that's Denver ball. But he touches it. It's still touching Murray. But on any time you strip a guy, that's going to be the case. It's never going to be completely clean. What the rule really should be is, if there's another touch by Murray afterwards, that then it can be Portland ball. But if it just goes off of his hands and McCollum provides the impetus and it's just a continuous touch, it really should remain Denver ball. But they're going to give this to Portland. I would be very surprised if they don't. Because by the letter of the law, that's what it's supposed to be. Yeah, so it is Portland ball. I assume that's why everyone's applauding. Now, Murray has got to do a better job of protecting the ball than that. I mean, you really need to get to the middle of the floor. You can't get stuck on the sideline like that. And Portland can tie it here. I don't even want to speculate who has the advantage going into a fourth overtime. Obviously, a 3 could win it as well. The math would say you go for the win here, but I think you really try for either one. They also don't want to just wait forever on this either. Here's Curry. Murray gets back to his man. Good job. Here's the attack by Lillard. Right down the lane. Jokic with zero help whatsoever. And this will be a timeout for Denver. Man, that was not good. I'm going to look at the replay of that. But Jokic looked to be engaged with Cantor on the backside. And the blow-by on Craig. This is where Harris fouling out was such a problem. And Jokic just never reacted. I mean, he's trying to deal with Cantor on the baseline. And he takes one step. And now you can't give up that blow-by. Dame Lillard is really fast. But just more attuned to the help is what you need. And Lillard just saw that he had the opening to never even move by Jokic there. It's inexcusable. You see Millsap looking at him like, hey, you might want to help out there. So we're tied, but Denver can put us all to bed with 8.4 seconds remaining in the third overtime. We'll see what they're going to run here. With Harris fouled out, you imagine Craig will be off the floor. Maybe they go with Beasley. Yeah, Craig is out. And it is, in fact, Malik Beasley who has checked in. Hopefully, rigor mortis didn't set in for him on the bench. Meanwhile, the Blazers, same group here. Cantor is going to guard Jokic. Murray, pick and roll coming here with Jokic. Gets off of it. They switch it. Murray's going to have a chance to go at Cantor one-on-one. Really deep three is up. Not even close. And that's not a good enough play by Murray. If he gets Cantor on him, he's got to create a better shot than that. He had a couple of huge buckets on him going down in the fourth. That was like an hour ago at this point. But hey, glad we turned this one on. Every time I turn on a Blazers game late at night, we did that game 5. That was awesome. I don't know if I'm going to have the energy if someone actually does hit a game-winning shot in this. So this will now be 65 minutes for Jokic. That's probably going to set the NBA record. I can't imagine anyone has ever played more minutes than that. Not the guy you would have thought of at the start of his career who had set the NBA record for most minutes played in a game. Morris had a good tweet. He said, let's just call the series 2-2 and move right ahead to game 5. Catching up a little bit here on Twitter. Yeah, surely there's got to be subs. Oof. I don't know. I mean, with how tired Jokic is, I still think maybe you just... And Plumlee also is a really good option to win the tip. That might be just a reason to put him in. Because it's like, it's Harkless against like Millsap. So Plumlee could be the favorite to win the tip. I mean, this call... So some people in the comments are like, how can that be... that that shouldn't be off of Murray? And it's just... He knocked it away from him, right? I mean, like, there's... Until we started reviewing these calls in the last couple of minutes, every single time that's called as off of McCollum. He hits the ball away. It's impossible, basically, to knock the ball out of someone's hands unless maybe they're just in the process of going up for a shot and have that person not be the last person to touch it. It's just the nature of possessing the ball to just have it get knocked out of your hands that cleanly. But a key turnover it was. It's still, Murray should have done better to not put himself in that situation. But I do not care for the rule. So no subs at all. Harkless does not win the tip that time. They get it back to Jokic. Let's see what Malone is going to run. Screen away for Craig. Now Murray is going to screen Jokic to the top. Jokic into the lane. Good help from Lillard. Here's the three from Murray. That's off. Great rebound from Harkless. That screening action is good stuff. Got a wide open look, but it didn't go down. Now Lillard blows past Craig. Rejected by Millsap. What a play. They wanted the goaltend. Now they throw it ahead to Barton. Barton looking to attack McCollum into the lane. Goes to the fadeaway and scores. Lillard saying he wants a review, but they only get the review if they actually call the goaltend. Millsap with a much quicker help reaction than Jokic had at the end of the third overtime. Aminu, mid-range jumper. Cantor gets position. Was that the left hand that he finished with too? That's pretty unlucky for the Nuggets, though, to be sure. But Cantor got the inside position, perhaps correctly anticipating that the Aminu mid-ranger would not go in. Tie game at 131. Craig, Murray, pick and roll. They don't switch it here. Murray trying to go back door. Gets it back into the lane. And he gets caught in the air and throws it away to nobody. Yeah, Murray just does not have it going to the basket anymore. He is so tired right now. Aminu, Lillard. Lillard has been able to get by Craig whenever he wants. He's going to try and attack. Uses the screen, late clock. He's got Jokic. Tries to pull up. Instead, Harkless will have to take the three in the corner. Cantor keeps it alive, but Millsap recovers. Another exhausting stretch here. Lillard's got his hands on his knees. Forces Barton to the left. Barton with the mid-ranger. And if you can get any shot that's even remotely open at this point in the game, you take it. That mid-ranger is not analytically sound, but just to even get any kind of a chance at making a bucket when you're this tired is worth it. Now McCollum trying to attack on Barton, and Barton's going to get called for a hold. Catch up on the foul issues here. Harris is out. 4 on Craig, 4 on Jokic. Still nobody with more than 3 for Portland, amazingly. They get it into McCollum. Cantor gets the screen. McCollum uses his body well. Cantor tries the tip with the left hand. Can't do it. Jokic forced the miss there. McCollum not the greatest finisher at the rim. He had the angle and just could not get it to fall. Now it's Barton attacking in pick and roll. They get through the screen. Re-screen coming here off the DHO. Now it's Barton guarded by Cantor. 3 on the clock. Barton goes to the step back. And it's short. Craig, what an effort to rebound, but he stepped on the end line as he tried to save it. So Rodney Hood is going to come in here and an offensive possession down 2. Hood trying to get the blood flowing. Harkless will sit. If they don't score here, though, look out for Millsap maybe in the post against Hood if they can't get matched up. McCollum runs the flare screen. Into the lane, it's Lillard. Back up top. Mid-ranger for Cantor is in and out. Jokic just walking up court right now. Denver taking forever to get into it. Again, Murray. Downhill. Can't create the separation. Here's Craig, and he's going to get called for the foul. He shoved Lillard in the back, trying to get position. And that's a good flop from Dame Lillard. Yep. There's enough there that he could accentuate the contact, but great anticipation from Lillard to go to the full front on Craig as he tried to duck in, and that's now 5 fouls on Torrey Craig. Lillard has been able to get by Craig. Let's see if he goes for that again or they pick and roll it. No, it's going to be Hood. He's got fresh legs against Murray. Into the lane. Pump fakes. Tough. Fader is in. Tie game again at 106. If somebody could just hit a 3, please, so we don't go into a 5th overtime. But it's tied once again. Timeout, Mike Malone. They'll have 1 remaining. This is an extremely difficult shot. And interesting, Barton, you remember he came from behind and got the block shot on a couple of guys. Looked like he was in position to do that again and just didn't jump at him for some reason. I think his man had cut back door, so he was more worried about that. Catch you up on some of the stats. The offensive ratings have dropped in overtime, no surprise. But still 112 apiece. It is now up to 119 possessions in this game, tied at $133. Denver has offensive rebounded 38% of their misses, while Portland has offensive rebounded 35% of theirs. Dale Ellis once had 69 minutes. I assume that was quintuple overtime. Yeah, a 5 OT. Was there ever a 6 OT game in the NBA? I don't know. This is the longest playoff game we've had, though. Murray inbounds. Jokic. Hands off. Barton into the lane. He's stopped by McCollum. Recovers. Throws it up there, and this time he's going to get to the foul line. Interesting that wasn't a jump ball when CJ stopped him the first time. I guess it got knocked out of his hands. Oof. Yeah, barely. That's very close to a jump ball, but Barton will get some free throws, and he's off on the first one. Barton, of course, was traded from this Blazer team 2.5 years into his career. Hits the second free throw. So we are not lined up for a 5th overtime right now. Lillard with Craig having 5 fouls. They get it to Hoodie. They're going to have him go against Murray again. Hood steps back on Murray. Scores! Portland leads. Now Denver needs to get the 2-for-1 here. They're not even going to try and do it, I don't think. I think they're just too tired. Murray is guarded by Hood. But can he summon the energy to really attack? Jokic down the lane. Millsap, pump fake. Tries to go at Aminu. Now he's back to goal. Goes into the lane. Floats it up with the left. And it drops somehow. Oh, man. What a game. How did he get that to go in? He was trying to draw the foul twice. Somehow just goes up with the left hand. Barely even got the right hand on it. Almost got it blocked. And it somehow drops in. That is such a difficult shot for a right-handed player. And I think here now, if you're Malone, probably need to get Murray out of the game. It's tough, though. I mean, I guess it's just Beasley is your only other option. But to me, Murray is so tired right now that he just, like, he can't attack off the dribble. He just doesn't have the energy. So I think you might just be better off going with Beasley, just because, like, it's rare that I'll say the guy is just so tired he has to get out of the game. But, I mean, Murray just can't drive an attack. He can't run a pick and roll right now. And obviously Hood has been scoring on him the last couple of possessions. The fresh legs of Rodney Hood. Looks like Beasley is going to come into the game, and it is going to be, yeah, it's going to be Murray on the bench. Harris having a discussion with Torrey Craig on how to guard Lillard. McCollum will trigger inbounds. Portland doesn't really have time for the 2-for-1. Barton has the matchup on Hood. I think Lillard against Craig is where they want to go here. Cantor. McCollum goes at Jokic, creates space, good compete from Beasley to contest. Rebound McCollum. Hood eludes Barton. Here's the three. Yes! Rodney Hood has given Portland a 2-point lead. What a rebound from McCollum. This is just ridiculous. It's so crazy being here too without Danny even here. And now 17.8 for Denver to either tie it or send us home with a 3-pointer. McCollum, that was a great job by Beasley. Craig couldn't get the rebound, and then he gets it out to Rodney Hood, and Rodney Hood has the last 7 points for the Blazers. Also, by the way, what a pass by McCollum on the rebound. Hood had his arms up, and McCollum saw him out of the corner of his eye when it bounced right back to him and just passed it in one motion. That was awesome. Yeah, I mean, the fact that it just went right back to McCollum, I mean, this is just serendipity for the Blazers. So clearly Denver has got to go for the tie here, right? Get us into 5 OT. Yeah, you say you got to go for 3 here. Who's going to take it, though? They don't really have anyone who can create the 3 off the dribble at this point in time. Murray is exhausted. Maybe try a little pick and pop for Jokic. But, I mean, you'd like the play to have an option for a 3. I'm not sure they have anyone who could take it. Maybe Beasley, some kind of like a hammer type of play for him. They get it in to Jokic. He's guarded by Aminu, so they're going to be able to switch this action. Murray waves his man away. Now he wants Jokic to get into the post on Harkless. Good recognition. Help is going to have to come. Jokic with the spin, and a foul is called. No shot, though. But Denver is in the bonus, and Jokic can tie the game with 5.6 left. And that's great recognition from Murray to say, no, what are you doing? Don't screen for me. Get your ass into the post against the smaller defender. And Jokic was able to draw the foul. And it was probably a little bit too early. Oh, man, he missed the first free throw. That is a killer. Denver has 0 timeouts left, so you're probably in the range now where you need to miss this intentionally. They actually should make a sub here and get Plumlee in. They don't. He makes the second one. Portland is probably going to call timeout and advance it here. That's what they do. This will be very, very interesting. 5.6 if they can get the foul right away, but then you got to go length of the floor. Portland has some great free throw shooters. You're probably going to be down 3. I might have tried to go for the intentional miss there, or at least sub in Plumlee in case you do miss it. But that did not happen. The Blazers didn't even try to inbound the ball after that make. Danny would be very upset because now they're going to have no timeouts. So maybe they'll be able, in a situation where they can bring it length of the court, with 4.5 or so left, assuming it takes 1 second to foul. But you can't mess around here with the trap or anything. You have to foul right away. You're switching everything on this inbound to try to deny it and also to have a guy there so you can foul right away. Jokic is going to guard the inbounder, that's Hood, to try to take away the passing lanes. They've got Curry in the backcourt. try to get either CJ or Lillard to the ball here. You set a hard screen when they switch and then open up to the ball. No, Lillard just goes in the backcourt. Oh, they totally blew it. Time is run down, and it's only 3.5 left now. Oh, that was not good at all from the Blazers. See if I can catch what happened. Or I'm sorry, from the Nuggets. Yeah, that was great recognition by Lillard. He knew that they were getting ready to switch it, and Beasley was the guy going to switch on him, and then he just sprinted into the backcourt. Oh, man, I didn't even realize that they weren't in the bonus either. Oh, that was a failure by me. I apologize. It is the fourth overtime after all. But now they're inbounding in the backcourt, so a little bit of danger here. With no timeouts, if you're stuck, you just throw it into the front court. They get it in. Curry, he's going to get fouled, and that's a good last name to be shooting a free throw with 2.8 left. But Denver, regardless of what happens here, is going to be into great difficulty. They probably are going to need to inbound the ball to at least half court and try to get kind of that Bryce Drew, Valparaiso against Ole Miss play. Because if you inbound it in the backcourt, you're not getting anything off other than just a heave around midcourt. Curry hits the first. If you're Portland, you got to know that you're matched up. That's what they're talking about right now. They've got a few subs in. Denver is making some subs. You got to know who you have. Jokic is probably going to inbound it here and try and throw it deep to Millsap would be my guess for Malone and Denver. Curry with the second. Millsap is actually going to inbound it. So they're probably going to try and get it all the way down to Jokic, you would think. Millsap does do that. Gets it, and it's intercepted by CJ. Portland wins. Rodney Hood, the hero, Nikola Jokic, in his 65th minute of the game, could not tie the game with 2 free throws. And that is one of the greatest games in NBA history. Glad you guys could join me for that one. Oh. Well, I gotta see if Danny wants to record now. That was really just an incredible game. We may just not even record until tomorrow on that now. Thanks for joining us, me. And we'll be back tomorrow night, 5:30 Pacific, for Golden State and Houston. Talk to y'all then.